All right, welcome to the YYYY District Court. Court is in session. This is cause number 2021 CR 5486, State of Texas versus James Schultz. We're here today for a plea. We're conducting this hearing via video conference using the Zoom application. We're also using YouTube to live stream the proceedings to keep the hearing public. The time now is 9:52 a.m. on the 23rd day of June 2021. These proceedings are official, they're on the record, and they're being recorded by the official court reporter. Counsel and all present are instructed to act as though you were in court, and all are instructed not to record the proceedings. And if we could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the state of Texas, please.
Travis Banks of the state of Texas.
Good morning, Judge. Jay Moritz for Mr. Schultz. And I think the case number you may stated is incorrect. I think it's supposed to be 2021 CR 5480. I think you said 5486.
I did. I really appreciate you correcting that for me. It is 5480. All right. Thank you, Mr. Moritz, for catching that. All right, Mr. Schultz, are you the same James Schultz charged by indictment with possession? Well, before I get started on that, State, are we proceeding as charged?
Let me check the paperwork.
Well, the indictment's for 1 to 4 grams. The paperwork was for.
Oh, yeah, yes, we are proceeding on the lesser included, Your Honor. I apologize.
All right, if less than 1 gram. Okay. All right, Mr. Schultz, are you the same James Schultz charged by indictment with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 from 1 to 4 grams? Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to use a function of Zoom. It's called share screen. I'm going to show you the indictment in this case. I have some questions for you about it. Are you familiar with this document?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, do we waive reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Going to get out of share screen. I'll note that there is a discovery acknowledgement. It's been signed and dated by both sides. I'm doing the same, and I make it a part of the record. I'll also note that there is no application for community supervision or deferred adjudication. All right, Mr. Schultz is going to go back to share screen again. I'm going to show you a document. It's called the defendant's consent to plea by video conference. I'll scroll through. There's an electronic signature. I'm using my cursor to circle around. Is this your electronic signature?
Yes, sir.
By signing this, you're telling me 2 things. 1, that you understand normally we do pleas live in an open court, but that you are consenting to do this plea by video conference. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
Secondly, the electronic signature that you have here, as well as all of the electronic signatures on the plea packet in front of me, you're telling me that those are valid as if you personally signed them. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
I approve the waivers, or rather, I approve the consent, and I make it a part of the record. We're still on share screen. Let's see, hold on. Let me jump out of share screen for a second. Let me go back into share screen. I'm going to show you another document, sir. It's called the court's admonishments. I'll scroll through because it's several pages and ask you, are you familiar with this document?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
On the bottom of page 4 is the electronic signature. Is this yours?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to get out of share screen. By signing the court's admonishments, you're telling me that you understand the court's admonishments and that you understand the rights are contained within it. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
And that you want to give up those rights. Is that true?
That's true. Yes, sir.
The rights you're giving up is you have the right to a trial by jury. You have a right to confront the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent, which includes the right not to incriminate yourself and not plead today. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
By signing this, you're also telling me you understand the consequences of a plea in the sentencing range for the lesser included offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, which is anywhere from 180 days to 2 years in the state jail and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
I approve the waivers that are contained within the court's admonishments, and I make them a part of the record. I'm going to go back to share screen another time. This time we'll show you the plea bargain in this case. I'll scroll through for you, but are you familiar with this document?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Electronic signature to the left. I'm using my cursor to circle around. Now I'm using my cursor to circle electronic signature to the right. Are these your two signatures?
Yes, sir. Both of them.
This document details for me your agreement with the state as far as punishment is concerned, and I will let you know if I'm going to follow this prior to the entry of your plea. First says that you will have a state jail felony conviction, but under the provisions of Penal Code 12.44, I can impose Class A misdemeanor punishment with 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. There'll be a $1,500 fine. There's no application for community supervision or deferred adjudication. And one of your signatures, the one on the left, waives your appeal. Is that your understanding of the agreement, sir?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, is that your understanding as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to get out of share screen. Sir, I'm not bound by a plea bargain. I do not have to follow this. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
But if I do follow the plea bargain, then you lose your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
That's true unless I grant you permission to appeal or unless certain motions are filed and ruled upon. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, any such rulings in this case?
No, Your Honor.
If I do not follow the plea bargain, I will allow you to withdraw the plea and will proceed to trials if this hearing never occurred. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I couldn't hear you.
Yes, sir.
I'll note again, one of your signatures on the plea bargain waives your appeal. Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
I couldn't hear you.
Yes, sir.
If not, then a plea of guilty or no contest to the offense, to even the lesser included offense, would have serious adverse effects on your immigration status. And I'll note that you certified in the court's admonishments that you are an American citizen. Counsel, do you believe that your client has a factual, rational understanding of the charge pending against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's been able to assist you in the defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe that he's mentally competent to waive rights and enter a plea here today?
In my opinion, he is, Your Honor.
Sir, to the lesser included offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Do you understand that you can still be found guilty under a no contest plea?
Yes, sir.
Other than the plea bargain, did anyone promise you anything in exchange for your plea today?
No, sir.
Did anyone force you or coerce you to plead today?
No, sir.
After going over this case with your attorney, do you believe that pleading here today is in your best interest?
Yes, sir.
I couldn't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Does the state have anything to offer to support the plea?
Yes, the state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
It's admitted. I reviewed State's Exhibit 1 and attachments prior to getting on the record and find that it is sufficient to support the plea. Sir, I find that your plea was freely, intelligently, and voluntarily made, that there was sufficient evidence to support the plea, and that you're mentally competent to enter into such a plea, and I find you guilty, sir. Mr. Moritz, is there any legal reason as to why your client cannot be sentenced today?
No, Your Honor.
Being no legal reason. In accordance with the agreement with the state, sir, you have a state jail felony conviction, but under the provisions of Penal Code 12.44A, I will impose Class A misdemeanor punishments with 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. And I'll give you credit for time served. There is a $1,500 fine. The time and the money shall run concurrent. And then, does anyone know how much time Mr. Schultz has in?
Judge, I had 93, a minimum of 93 days as of
Okay.
today, but if the clerk could verify.
Well, it's not over 180 days.
No,
That's what I'm-
Judge.
Okay, all right. Is there anything else from either side in regards to the plea or to the sentencing?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing else from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Schultz, this is a plea bargain case, and I followed the plea bargain. So you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You do not have the right to appeal. I'm also noting you waived your appeal in the plea bargain agreement. I'm making a certification of this for the record. I'll provide a copy of the certification to your attorney to provide to you. Good luck to you, Mr. Schultz. If there's nothing else from either side, then this matter is now concluded. We are off the record, and I'm turning